So Netflix has agreed to buy Warner Brothers Discovery for $82.7 billion. The deal includes Warner Brothers Studios behind franchises including Harry Potter, Superman, Batman, HBO, a lot of other stuff. Is this the
Well,
end of movies?
I have to say, like, I'm a huge movie head. Obviously, like, that's my whole thing. And
Yeah.
it's sad to see Netflix have so much power in the marketplace. People are saying this is the day the movies died. I see that, but also I think we just have to recognize, like, when was the last time you went to the movies? Like, it's kind of happening naturally, regardless of if Netflix buys this. Yes, it sucks totally. I wish it wasn't happening, but like, it's just what's going on. And then I also think with the Paramount Skydance offer, I think that one is way worse. David Ellis is saying, oh, I can swoop in and save going to the movies. But how he would secure this deal, he told Trump that he would alter CNN.
Yeah.
And that's the death of
that one's
democracy.
scary. Yep.
So I would rather, like, yes, I love going to the movies. I was there yesterday. I would rather the death of the movie going experience than the death of democracy anymore. You know what I mean? To see Paramount Skydance pull this off would be really, really disappointing for our country, I fear.
Okay,
What
I
do
have
you
a
think?
theory. Tinfoil hat time.
Put
I
it
don't have
on.
tinfoil, but it's on. I don't think Warner Brothers has any, I don't think they want to sell at all.
Do you think
I
they're just
think-
broke?
No. Yeah, well, a little bit of that, but there is a clause in this deal right now that if for any reason it doesn't go through, Netflix has to pay Warner Brothers like $5.2 billion. And right now, the first thing that happens, Trump says, I don't know about this. This might be a monopoly. I don't know if we can approve this deal. If they don't approve the deal, Netflix has to pay $5.2 billion. And I think Warner Brothers knew this going in, that it was going to be so difficult for this deal to go through. And I don't think they actually have any plan to actually sell. That's my theory.
You think
Yeah.
they're just going for the $5 billion, sorry, we couldn't
Yeah.
pull this off fee?
Why not? Just be like, oh, hey, we're up for sale, knowing that the two biggest places, if they buy us, this is going to be a monopoly. There's no way it can get past. And there's like, this is just free money at the end of the day.
I see how you got there. I think the only thing holding me back from believing you 100% is just like my naivete in the human spirit, that they would like get us all riled up and get us all concerned just for $5 billion. Like that, they're evil if that's the case. But I see how you got there.
And then now, when it comes to movies, I don't think movies are dead at all. I do think there's just a readjustment, and movie studios aren't doing a good enough job to get people excited to see movies.
Totally.
The same
and they're
way
not
that
making good new movies, like original IP. I don't want to see How to Train Your Dragon live action. Make something new.
but that's
like,
the thing. Like
Sinners was
existing
amazing.
IP gets eyes, that gets money, that it's like people buy tickets because it's something they can trust. They've seen the previous thing. They're like, hey, you know what? I trust this. I will spend money to go see this thing that I already think is going to be okay. With new pictures, movies, studios aren't doing, maybe it's the studios, maybe it's the actors, maybe it's the producers, but someone isn't doing a good enough job to make people excited to go see these movies. And you know who does do a good job? Marvel. Marvel does a great
those
job
movies suck.
too. Even if the movies suck, but they do a good job to get you excited. Like right now, I'm a Marvel head. I'm a nerd. I love all that shit. And next year, they're coming out with a movie. But to get you excited, they're saying, hey, you know what? The movie that we released 7 years ago, Endgame, is going to be the precursor to the movie that's coming out. So we're going to re-release a movie you already seen back into theaters a couple of weeks before. And I am going to be one of these assholes that go and see it. So they're going to get another ticket out of me to see a movie that I've seen already, just because they made me feel like, oh, you know what? You have to watch this movie going into the new one. So they do a good job at marketing.
Yeah, you're right about that. And I just want to call out that we are both nerds in such different ways, and that you're going to go to the Endgame re-release. And last year I went to the Les Mis re-release. Like, we're so in our like nerdy places.
But that's existing IP.
Yeah, and it was existing IP, and it was amazing, and I loved it the whole way through. And honestly, this is just funny. Yesterday, my sister and I were both so tired, and we smoked a little weed, and we tried to go to the movies, and we ended up walking into the wrong theater and seeing a Portuguese indie film by accident.
Where are you at, Angelica? Because that's like the only place. I know. So, and then another thing, directors do, like good directors do a good job at getting people excited to see their films.
Yes.
Like Ryan Coogler, before Sinners came out, he was doing press about like, oh, this is the we shot this in IMAX, and this is the lens we use, and this is we use film, like telling us little nerdy shit about that movie that had nothing to do with even the storyline. But even that got us excited, like, oh, you care so much about this film, we have to go see it, and
Yeah.
we trust you. So it's like, I think the studios need to do a much better job at promoting the movies and getting people excited. I don't think movies are dead in any way or form. I love going to the theater.
I think you're right, and I think there is a responsibility for the studios to pick a Coogler or to trust a Jordan Peele or a PTA like fully and be like, make something new, and we're going to give you this money and it's going to be good, instead of just saying like existing IP, what sells. Like, there is room for creativity and to partner with directors, and it's awesome when it happens. I loved Sinners in the studio. I mean, in the movie theater. It was awesome.
I'm curious, are you going to see that new movie, something
Marty
Supreme,
Supreme?
with the ping pong, with the ping pong player?
Yes, I'm about to tell my parents that we have to go on Christmas Day. We're Jewish, it doesn't matter, but I'm like, I'm getting to the damn theater.
Okay, and now why? Why do you have this excitement to see it?
I'm really excited to see a Safdie Chalamet collab. I think it's going to be awesome.
First thing you said, Shafty. There you go.
Shafty.
But I'm just saying, they have you excited to see this movie. Also Chalamet, but I think
Also
it's
Chalamet,
more the
but yeah.
Shafty brothers. It's like,
They're great, and I loved Uncut Gems, and I want to see how they build on this. I will say this is the more exciting Safdie film of the year, other than the one with The Rock that came out in the fall. I did not go to see that, so Chalamet really helped that aspect. But it's supposed to be the best movie of the year, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I honestly don't know if I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna wait till people tell me it's good enough to go see.
I'll give you a review.
A movie about ping pong, it's like, and he's not even Asian. Like, come on, let's be accurate.
Oh my God, Colin.
I think Netflix buying Warner Brothers is definitely the lesser of two evils, especially with Paramount and the Trump and all that. Everything y'all have been saying about it, I 110% agree with, especially with AlexxMedia. Like 110% agree. If I put my tinfoil hat on, I was thinking the same thing. So when you were saying it, I was like, thank God I'm not the only one thinking this. There's a podcast that I listen to called the John Campea podcast. They talk all about it. If anybody wants to know a little bit more about like what's going on, Warner Brothers is in debt, a lot of debt. That's why that's why Netflix is like, and all these other companies are like willing to buy them.
Oh wow.
So I don't know how many like millions or billions in debt they are, but like it makes sense for like another company to come in and buy them.
I did hear that their Discovery major helped them with a lot of that debt, but they're probably still in a little bit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think I'm definitely team Netflix buying it because of the fact that like if this happens, now you have the media juggernaut that is Warner Brothers that puts out great movies. They have great IP and this, that, and the third. Now imagine K-pop's Demon Hunter backed by Warner Brothers being in a movie theater instead of just immediately going to Netflix.
Ooh.
That'd be fun.
Many millions, if not billions of dollars Netflix would make off of that alone. And then any other new Netflix movie that they want to put on, they just send it over to Warner Brothers, and then Warner Brothers is like, yo, this might be a hit in the movie theaters. Let's put this in there and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
That's a good theory, but why would Netflix be incentivized to do that? Because whenever you put a movie in theaters, you have to split the profits half with the theaters. So it's like, why would they want to cut their money in half and just put it all on Netflix?
I think what happens is that you make a little bit of a bigger percentage and you get more eyes on it. Like, yeah, you go to Netflix. A lot of people doom scroll on Netflix though, because Netflix is just like, it's like home base when it comes to the streaming service. You can go on there for hours and you can find like millions of things to watch and stuff like that. And as much as they may try to promote like their original movies and stuff like that, their original movies don't get as much like hype as their shows do, like a Stranger Things and this, that, and that. So to promote their movies, I think the best way, I think what they're trying to do is, boom, they get, like I said, they get the movie juggernaut, the GOAT of movies, Warner Brothers, behind it. They do a whole bunch of things with it and stuff like that. And then you have it in movie theaters for a month or two and stuff like that. And they're like, oh shit, this was so dope. Now it's on Netflix again. Cool. Boom. I can immediately just go back to Netflix. I remember all the good times that I had going and having that movie experience. Because movie theaters are kind of whack now, and that's on the movie studio.
Hey, I disagree with that.
I
That's
love
on
the
the
theater.
AMCs and the Pix 11s and stuff like that. They got to do a little bit better on their end of it. I think it's a good thing. I think this will definitely help and make Netflix a little bit more money, even if it's just a little bit.
I agree that it's the less of two evils. If it has to happen, it should be Netflix.
All I'm saying, if it has
Yeah.
to happen, honestly, I would definitely prefer either Warner Brothers stay by themselves
Yeah.
or like Apple buy it. That's just me. But like, as long as Paramount doesn't get their grubby hands on it, I'm cool with it.
Why don't the three of us pool our money and we buy it?
I have only $10 to pay for your Patreon. I barely have any money to like do any type of that, but I'm with it.
Right, that $10 is extreme value, and I appreciate you calling, man.
And it's so worth it.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Talk to you
Appreciate
later,
you, brother.
The problem with Netflix buying is they had a special deal. That's really what the problem is. They're going to go to court now because Netflix makes an offer. They take that offer basically. It's only $72 billion. Like that's some chump change, right? Paramount and Skydance and them are saying, hey, you didn't open the market to us like that the way it should have. It wasn't proper. We didn't get a proper chance to bid. So now they're offering $30 a share basically around, which is what, worth about 100 and something billion. So naturally, they're going to take it to court because they're supposed to be, they're beholden to their shareholders. So if they don't take the most money being offered, then they're not doing right by their shareholders.
But if Paramount says like, hey, we're going to change some of their networks, then Warner Brothers can be like, hey, you know what? This isn't a good deal for us because they're going to start ruining some of our existing platforms. Like they said, hey, CNN's going to change once Paramount buys it.
What's it? I'm sorry, but what's it to Warner Brothers? They're the ones selling it. They're the ones in debt.
Yeah, but
so
if you sell your product to somebody else and then they ruin your product, then that's not best for your shareholders.
You sold your product. It's no longer your product. How can you tell me, oh, you know what? That's a nice car you got there. I'll sell it to you. I'll take it. Don't put those rims on it, though. Are you fucking kidding me? Who are you?
But if you're responsible to your shareholders and if selling to Paramount is going to then lower the value of your product, then that's not the best responsible. What?
That's your opinion. That's not
true.
You don't know that. You don't know
speculating. We're both speculating.
Exactly. But I can't I'm not speculating. All I'm saying is they're gonna buy the fucking company for over almost $30 million or $30 billion more. They have a responsibility to take the higher offer. And what they're saying is Paramount's coming in and say, y'all didn't do this the right thing. This wasn't in fair standing. Y'all need to take that offer back. That's why it's calling a hostile takeover, and it's going to take like 6 to 12 months to figure this shit out. That's really what's going on.
And Netflix is still on the hook to pay them the $5.2 billion if their deal doesn't go through right now, which is crazy.
If that's the case, then it sounds like people at Netflix, somebody needs to be fired. That's what needs to happen. Because you're going into a deal, you're saying you got all these guarantees or whatever, but you still have to follow process and procedures that are regulated by the government. You can't do that.
This is my last theory. If the deal goes through with Netflix, then I think Netflix starts opening movie theaters, and now they just cut out everybody, and they become the most dominant thing in the world.
The whole movie theater thing I think is antiquated. I don't think anyone wants to open it.
They already own the theater in your house.
They own your home theater.
Yeah.
They have the infrastructure. That's why this deal would be great for them, because now you're bringing in, you just expanded your library. Now you're doing all these different live streamings. Okay, great. But with respect to the movie theaters, we know that's done. It's not
done. There's people that go to the theaters. What are you talking about?
Of course, there's people that go to the movie theater still. It's great to go to the movies, but why are they failing then? Why is it? It's a different market.
Because it's built on an antiquated system back in the day when you had less options, and everybody was like, "Oh shit!"
Because of TikTok, I'm staying home and not going to the movies because I'm watching short clips.
There we go.
Exactly. Yeah. We have other means of media. However, if I'm gonna go see a movie, I could do it in the comfort of my own home. I could pop my own goddamn popcorn. I can have a surround sound system. I have a 135-inch projector going on. You don't need a movie theater for this. So people, I don't have one. I got a 65, which I'm gonna upgrade. Don't worry about my shit. Stop nigga, I'm making a fucking. I'm telling you what it looked like. You don't need to go to the movies anymore. I'm just telling you. So that, and we know it's been done for years now, and you're not putting out good movies.
Both of y'all are a bunch of humbugs. Movies aren't dead, and we're leaving it at that. Merry
The
Christmas,
movies are
Letty.
great. I love
Merry
the movies.
Christmas,
Merry
Letty.
Christmas. Yeah, fuck off.
Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of the discussion and call in, head over to patreon.com/AM Mornings. But if you just want to watch for free, you can watch us on YouTube/AM Mornings. Just like and subscribe so you get the notifications every Sunday, 11 a.m. Peace.